Grid is live. Initiate light cycle battle.
Welcome, foolish mortals.
For a safe trip, remain seated, keeping your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the cabin. Be sure to watch your children, and no smoking, please.
Welcome to the Pirates and Princesses podcast.
We're a different kind of Disney podcast. We do it our way.
We talk about Disney parks, Disney movies, TV, video games.
Anything Disney.
I'm your host, Thom Pratt.
And I'm your other host, Kam Pratt.
Welcome back to the show.
Hello.
Pirates and Princesses, PNP.
Yep.
The PNP podcast.
I'm not going to say, well, it's not to be confused with PP.
No, we've already...
I know, but it's my new tagline. I want t-shirts. The PNP podcast, not to be confused with PP.
Oh, let's not go there. So it is the week before, the week between Christmas and New Year's.
It's okay, you'll catch up.
So happy New Year.
Or yes, what time it aired? We put
happy
this up.
belated Christmas. I hope it was
and
a good
Hanukkah
Christmas.
and whatever you celebrate.
Yeah, whatever holiday you celebrate. We did have some tragic news over Christmas, which I think we'll
lead with
mention.
that.
Yeah,
you can go ahead. It makes me too sad.
Yeah, Carrie Fisher has passed away.
I know. I can't believe that.
Had a sudden massive heart attack a couple days before Christmas, and we were really hoping she would pull through. Of course, she is Princess Leia. We don't want to see anything happen to Leia. And she died, I believe it was a day or two after Christmas.
The day after, I believe.
The day after Christmas. And then it gets even worse. Her mother, Debbie Reynolds, passed away.
A couple days after that.
Yeah, a day or two after that. So,
and it's the whole thing's just, we had to tell our daughter too, and she's this huge Princess Leia fan. The other day they had to wear a character to school, and she wore a Star Wars shirt with Leia buttons a couple days before she got out of school for Christmas. So, and I spent my days crying about it.
Yeah, it was pretty awful. I mean, I was pretty wrecked when I heard she had the heart attack. I'm like, oh no. I mean, we have lost so many celebrities this year, so much talent this year, and I'm like, please don't end with us losing Carrie Fisher. And fortunately we did. So 2016, you can't end soon enough.
Yeah.
You've not been a good year for many people. And let's hope that 2017 is better.
No, I'm hoping. But yeah, the whole thing was just terrible. And, her mom did stuff for Disney also. And
She did. She was in the Halloween Town movies.
Yeah, she was Aggie.
She was Aggie. Yep, she was a grandmother. And she did some voices on Kim Possible, I guess. And she did a lot of voice work for Disney. So
yeah, it's just sad.
Very, very sad news. And we tend to lead with the sad news. I wish we could.
Then it can only go up from there.
That's right. So,
and if people didn't know this by now, I don't know what rock they were living under.
Yeah, I mean, we're not breaking this story to you. I don't think.
Yeah, so. I don't think anybody's surprised by the story.
No.
But well, speaking of which, last Wednesday night at downtown Disney, I guess a fan got people together outside of by Tortilla Joe's at 7. This is downtown Disneyland. Okay. And about 7 p.m. and there's about 100 people showed up, and they were with lightsabers.
Oh man!
So, and I saw different memorials for Carrie Fisher, and people were. One thing that gets me is people were like, "Oh no, she's not Princess Leia, she's General Organa," and I'm like, okay. If you've seen the episode 7, I'm not trying to be a jerk. I'm glad she got made a general. She should have been made a general way before Han Solo was made a general, which is a whole other story. Yeah. But she was kind of like pointless in the episode 7. All she did was hug people, send Han to get killed, and kind of be whiny.
Stare at the. Yeah, I was really disappointed at how.
I was like, okay, Leia's gonna come, and Han and Leia are gonna take down the generator, and we're gonna get some action. She stood there.
Yeah, she didn't really do a lot.
She wasn't like 7. Leia. Like Leia always is like, into the garbage chute, fly boy, and get this walking carpet on my way, and guns blazing, jumping on with a speeder bike and taking off after stormtroopers. I mean, she wasn't really I'm just gonna sit here and look melancholy at a screen and hug Han and say, "Bring back our son." Why sit here and do nothing?
I mean, there were a lot of things I was disappointed with episode 7, but yeah, Leia being underutilized. And
it wasn't fair. Maybe they'll do better than the next movie, but it really wasn't fair to Carrie Fisher either.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. What is going to happen because
a lot of people were talking about that.
They've already wrapped filming on episode 8. And supposedly Leia had a larger part in that, which is good. Now, I've heard rumors. Some of the rumors include her being injured, Princess Leia being injured in the movie. And other rumors are that Princess Leia dies in the movie. So I'm like, if she doesn't die in episode 8, or, how are they going to handle that in episode 9?
I don't know. People are hoping they don't do this. If you saw Rogue One, she shows up at the end as CG. I don't think that's a spoiler. Everybody knows that. I mean, hello, it's like watching Titanic. Guess what happens?
Yeah.
But we're going to do Rogue One here podcast in a bit. But she was in that, and they said CG, but she didn't really look like her.
No, they did.
I mean, it looked like her, but you could tell it was fake her.
Yeah, it was fake. It was fake Leia.
So, I mean, I'm hoping they don't go there. I mean, I don't know. I think it's kind of in poor taste now, but
I think it would be in very poor taste to do that. I mean, I'd hate to see them kill Leia off just because Carrie Fisher passed away. But what do you do? I mean,
I still can't believe she passed away. It
seems
she wasn't that old. I don't know. It's just
she
I don't know.
She just turned 60. I mean, she was the youngest of the 3 leads in Star Wars. I mean, she was like 19. I think when the first movie came out. Harrison Ford was in his 30s, and Mark Hamill was like 25.
Yeah,
so,
I don't know. But anyway. Enough sadness. We'll go on to other stuff.
Yeah, they had a memorial, and it's very touching.
Well, this is unrelated to Carrie Fisher. We're going to talk about like Downtown Disney though. The characters in Flight at Disney World is getting a refurbishment. It's going to be down from January 9th to the 13th because they're going to get a new balloon with a new color scheme.
Okay. Well, they've had the same color scheme on that balloon for like years.
Well, I don't know what it's going to be, but they're going to get a new one. Because the other one looked kind of beat. Let's face it. We were down there a few months ago, and it was like, it's looking kind of worn. And I think, I don't know if they're going to raise the prices or not, but at this point, I think it's like 18 for adults and 12 for kids. That's what I think it is for like 10-minute ride or something.
Something like that. I mean, it's a cool thing.
I want to do it. We never get to.
Yeah, we never did get to do it. But I mean, I think it'd be cool if they had like a mousier balloon or something.
Yeah, it would be cool. But I don't know. I don't really know. I'm sure somebody knows somewhere what it's going to look like. But it's going to be down from the 9th to the 13th while they add a new balloon with new color scheme.
Well, they're probably trying to make it go more with a mesh better with Disney Springs. That'd be my guess.
I don't know. Probably makes sense. So, in other news,
so you're running the show today.
Yes, because I have no idea what's going on. You were doing other work. Okay, there's 56 Disney movies coming to Hulu. Well, they are on Hulu. I know because I'm on Hulu. I've been watching a lot of anime and stuff lately, unrelated to Disney, just because I like anime. And so they're having 56 Disney movies coming to Hulu. They're on there now. Mulan, Night Before Christmas, Pocahontas.
Yeah, I saw Mulan on there. I saw some really
Hercules.
oddball,
Yeah, they had other ones on there like
Homeward Bound,
Sister Act, and stuff like that are on there.
Sister Act was.
Yeah, well, it was what was it, Touchstone at the time?
Touchstone, yeah.
Yeah, so there's like a whole bunch of movies. Not all of them are like animated. Some of them are like the old Touchstone or whatever.
Yeah.
But there's 56 movies going to Hulu. So if you want to watch Disney movies, you can go to Hulu now.
What happened to that? Now, see, they made a big deal about how Disney was going to like dump the vaults onto Netflix.
Yeah, weren't they supposed to put all these movies on there? What happened?
And there was talk of Disney possibly buying Netflix, and like all of that just like dropped off.
Yeah, it was like I've been waiting for these because they're supposed to have all the old like made for Disney movies,
right? All
on
the
there,
like the Mickey Mouse Club stuff, like all the vaulted, Disney classics. Which I was
wondering
amazing.
about that today. Actually, when I was looking at the Hulu stuff, I kind of wondered that myself. Who knows? I'd look into that one. There's an assignment for you, Tom.
There we go. Yeah, what I'd like to see is a like a Disney subscription service that actually gave you access to like almost everything Disney's ever done. I would pay for that just to see some of those old shows again.
My mom loves the old movies. She always has her list, but I'll have these like obscure movies that were really hard to get.
Yeah, like a lot of the Wonderful World of Disney movies, Mickey Mouse Club. Davy Crockett, that sort of stuff. A lot of the vintage, shorts, which you can see those on YouTube. But just to have like an official source for like all of this classic Disney stuff, I would pay $10 or $20 a month to have access to that. I think a lot of people would. Mm-hmm. Even like I would love to see old Disney Channel commercials or something, from the 80s.
We probably can see those on YouTube.
Yeah, Good Morning Mickey, those
because
old
our daughter
shows.
Watches old 80s. She's watching all the 80s commercials on. Yeah, she's like an old soul. For Christmas, she wanted strawberry shortcakes, so we went and found her a bunch of vintage shortcake. She was thrilled with that.
She was thrilled.
She was most excited about that, I think.
I think she was too, but yeah, I mean, I would definitely pay for like to have an actual Disney Channel that's actual like
Disney Channel,
classic Disney stuff. Yeah, I would.
Oh, there is a Disney Channel.
So there you go, Disney. If you're listening, think about it. If you're not going to do the Netflix thing, I think a lot of people out there would pay to have access to all of this old stuff.
Yeah, I think so too. Okay, changing gears again since, you're jumping all over the place. That's okay.
No.
So, the Main Street Electrical Parade is coming to Disneyland.
Yeah.
Okay. So, it's going to be over there for a limited engagement beginning January 20th. But because we want to have extra money, we're having a
extra money hours
event. After hours event the 19th. And you can, here's some of the things that you get. You get exclusive access to the parks, like right after the parade, kind of like you do like with the other events. You get to take photos with the floats. You can actually go up to the floats and take photos with them.
Oh, that'd be cool.
But I'm thinking that can go bad really quick. Because people will be like, oh, I'm allowed to go up to the floats. I'm just going to climb on it, or I'm going to lean on it.
And look, I'm going to sell these lights off of Elliot.
I'm like, oh, look, I could take a couple of these light bulbs.
Yep,
eBay.
Someone eBay, yep.
I mean, but then we were like, where we were at the last time we saw it, we were so close. You could reach out and touch it.
Yeah, you could.
And I didn't have to pay extra for that.
Yeah.
I did have to sit through a lightning storm.
Sit in a lightning storm for 2 hours.
Yes, me and the kids, while Tom went to get coffee, sat with our ponchos. We made a poncho tent. Like, it was like all of them were connected. We sat there. Our butts were getting soaked with the water runoff. And there was lightning striking behind Cinderella's castle. And we didn't move. It probably wasn't my best parenting moment, but we sat there for an hour already, and I'm like, I'm not leaving.
So what part was the best? The fact that we made the kids sit in a thunderstorm to watch the electrical parade, or the fact that we've got our 9-year-old sipping Starbucks?
Yeah, well, but you know what?
If
you asked the kids what they remember about that trip, I bet you that's one of the things they mentioned.
Yeah,
in a good way, because as much as it was freaky, they had fun, and it was freaky. Cool. It was a freaky good time.
It was cool, but we had to like defend our territory because we kept having people.
I used to go encroach. And you get there an hour or two ahead. This is like, what, we were there like 3 hours sitting?
It was the last electrical parade that we probably were going to get a chance to see. So
it was almost the last day. I mean, it was like another month after that, but we sat there and we waited for 3 hours, and a storm popped up. We brought ponchos, but it was like literally there was lightning, and it was. Yeah. So anyway,
it was electrifying.
Yes. So, but my point was, we were close enough on the curb. You could have reached out and touched. I mean, the actors were interacting with the kids.
Well, my brother did at Disneyland. He actually ran out when he was about 4 years old. He ran out and tried to chase down one of the ladybugs, and he went under the rope, and they got roped off back then. And he ran out in the street, and he was dancing with the ladybugs, and the cast member had to bring him back over and be like, "No, sir."
Well, so apparently you could take pictures with the floats, which could end badly depending. And then after that, there's a 70s dance party at the Tomorrowland Terrace.
70s dance party?
Yes. Is that probably because that's, when it came out and when Electrical Parade started, it was 70s.
Yeah.
So they're having a 70s dance party at Tomorrowland Terrace. And then you can get
Mickey Mouse Disco. Are they going to Mickey Mouse Disco? I love that album.
Yeah, I was thinking disco.
It's like one of my all-time favorite Disney anythings.
Okay, and then they're having complimentary parking at Mickey and Friends parking area after 6 p.m. for people who do this. And to get the tickets, if you're under 3, it's free. But if you're 3 and up, it's $95 a person. Now, I don't know.
I could get away with telling them I was 2.5 years old.
So what if you were born in a leap year? You could technically get away.
I could. You technically could. You
could. 12, but I'm technically 3.
Yeah.
So that's they're doing that, and then they're talking about new Disney merchandise. Let me find my card for that coming out this year, and new Electrical Parade stuff was some of the things they're having coming out this year.
They're just doing this to make East Coasters feel bad.
Well, we had it how long?
I know we had it, but technically, here's the thing. I'm sad to see it go, but the Electrical Parade was always more of a Disneyland thing. Because they had Spectrum Magic over here.
I understand, but I grew up with Electrical Parade as a kid, so I don't agree with that necessarily. It's a Disney thing in general.
Turf wars. We're gonna have to fight over the.
Yeah.
Where does the Electrical Parade belong? I think after this, this is sort of the victory lap.
He said it's a limited engagement. Yeah, it's done.
And I would like to see Paint the Night at least for a year or so. I think that'd be pretty cool.
We'll see what happens. Okay, they said on the Disney Parks blog, this ties into what we're talking about. 2017, they have new stuff, and among it is new Main Street Electrical Parade like merchandise and clothing and art. So they're going to have new Electrical Parade pieces you can get in California. Now I'm very excited. I actually did like a little squee on this. They have new Haunted Mansion maid socks and stretching room socks. Stretching room socks.
Stretching room socks.
I was very excited.
So as you pull them up, you're stretching
them. Yes, I was so happy. That just made me smile. It looks like they're Country Bear Jamboree Tsum Tsums. It looks like Country Bear ones to me are coming. This is for this year.
I could see that. I mean, they had other parks characters last year.
They had Adventureland, it's like that, so I can see it.
Yeah.
And then they have a mini tea sets. This is something my mom's alley. My mother collects.
Mini tea sets.
Yes.
And what are these, like little, like tiny teacups and?
Yeah, like the ones Tinkerbell and it's like her on a castle and some other things that look like made of stone, like for the cups. And then they have a Pirates of the Caribbean where it has a parrot as a teapot, and then like or maybe a little ship. It has different things like that. So they're having these mini tea sets coming out. They're gonna have new pet products. They have a headband you can buy coming out that has the bows. You can buy the bows and change it. Oh. So you can change it with what you're wearing.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's cool. And then they're going to have, which I love, a new nostalgic line of clothes and accessories. And they have a dress that's like Orange Bird, but looks like it's from the 50s.
Yeah, I saw that. That was actually pretty cool.
Yeah, they're going to have a line of these nostalgic outfits. And I'm very, very excited about that. Then in the fall, we're going to get Epcot 35th anniversary merchandise.
It's so, I mean, time's flying. I remember the 30th anniversary.
I remember when they had the special when they opened it.
Yeah.
And then they're going to have 3 pins for Animal Kingdom that are countdown to Avatar Land, which is a nice segue into the Avatar Land video you can talk about.
Yeah. The Avatar Land video. Yeah. So they're actually starting to take the wraps off of Avatar Land because we haven't seen much. I mean, we saw that when we were there. Over the summer, they had, in the fall, they were
working on the floating islands.
Obviously, they were, working on the islands, and it looked like they were coming along. But as far as actually seeing, any of the attractions, we haven't so far. But they did release a video on the, what are they called? The Christmas hoedown they had on Christmas Day. And they showed a couple minutes of Pandora, and they showed whatever the boat ride is going to be called, which looks kind of cool. Looks like a boat ride. But then the thing that really kind of got me was the animatronics. They actually had a Na'vi animatronic, which was kind of creepy. It was real, but it was creepy. I mean, it was.
Yes,
she was really creepy. I mean, I think it's going to be, technologically speaking, I think it's going to be a very impressive, addition to the parks. But I still think it's an odd choice. Choosing a non-Disney IP to.
Well, until recently, Star Wars wasn't Disney IP either.
Well, that's what I have to wonder. I mean, this is I believe it's a Fox thing. So are they going to buy? Are they going to buy the Avatar franchise?
I don't know. I mean, they're making more movies, but I still haven't watched the first one. I just can't make myself do it.
I thought it was kind of boring. I mean, it's pretty, but it was boring.
Everybody's talking about how it's like Dances with Wolves, and I didn't like Dances with Wolves, so I just don't have a desire to see it.
Yeah, it was okay. I mean, it wasn't. I think for all the hype, I expected more. But it was a decent movie. It wasn't the greatest movie ever. I don't think it really deserved to make the money it made. But I am actually, as somebody who's not a huge fan of the movie, I am excited just to see something of this scale being added to Animal Kingdom, because Animal Kingdom really does need.
Oh, Animal Kingdom needs help. Yeah,
I mean,
so do Hollywood. So they both need help.
The last time they really added anything major to Animal Kingdom, it was Dino Land USA, which is terrible. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, to see them add something like this, I think is pretty cool, because that park has been neglected, I think, for the most part.
Yeah, well, that and Hollywood need a lot of stuff added to
Epcot. It's really Magic Kingdom's the only one that gets any love.
But I was going to talk about, speaking of Magic Kingdom, the rope drop. As of January 9th. Okay, so
quite sure what's going on.
Okay, as of January 9th, from my understanding, you know how you always would go to the Magic Kingdom and you have to stand outside. You go through the turnstile, but you couldn't go in. You have to stand outside to watch the big train show, and they do
the Good Morning show. I love it. I love it.
Yeah. Well, anyway, they're not doing that now. So starting January 9th, you don't have to go through that.
They're not bringing the train or anything in now.
Well, they can't, because we're moving it to different locations. So you're going to be able to go into the park and into Main Street. So you can go into Main Street to go to the shops, get a treat, get a Starbucks, Right,
but the attractions won't be open.
But no. And then they'll herd you down by the Cinderella's castle, and they'll do some kind of opening ceremony there now. And the way I'm a little bit like, I'm assuming they have ropes different places, and as soon as the park's open, if you don't want to do the opening ceremony, you can go wherever, but you have to wait till after they bring the ropes down. Kind of like we do now. You get through, you watch the opening ceremony, you get through, but if the ropes aren't down, you still have to wait.
Right.
So I think they're going to have...
Well, I mean, the one time we were there with when Anna and Elsa were huge.
Oh, God, never was running.
And they kept inching back the rope, like they'd drop one, and then you'd get to another rope, and they'd drop that one. And, and everybody saw them just running for Anna and Elsa.
Yeah. It's kind of like, they're going to make it at the Cinderella's Castle, at that stage thing they have going on there. And that's where they're going to have the opening. So you're not going to have to stand outside. The problem with that, too, was it would get full. And you'd be like, people would be clear down to almost the loading docks.
They're doing it. Yeah, it was really congested. And there's a lot of rudeness going on there.
People get trampled trying to get in.
Yeah,
and those dang strollers. That's another story entirely.
And then the shoulder dads, they lift the kids up on the shoulders.
Oh, that annoys me so bad. As I've mentioned on many at a podcast how much I love that.
Well, people, it's like a stampede. They're just sort of slowly inching toward the gate. And
this gives people time, like, when they're going in, normally you rush for what you're riding. But now if you have like half an hour to kill, you can go into stores and spend money. So it's a smart business decision.
So, I mean, I guess, I wasn't quite understanding what they were doing exactly. I can see them using the stage because it does make sense. It does make sense to have people come into Main Street, and, they do have all the places you can get breakfast. That makes sense. I am going to miss the train, unless they use a trolley or something to bring a family in. That would be kind of cool.
I don't know what they're doing. Well, we'll find out on the 9th. And then, you might be going down there in a month or two, so you'll be able to check it out and let us know. So, that's that. And then Tom was very worried about Yeehaw Bob
Jackson, who's a phenomenal entertainer. If you've never checked out his show at Port Orleans Riverside, absolutely have to do it. He's a piano man. He does a ragtime show, a lot of Disney classics, and he's a really swell guy.
Anyway, he was in a car accident. He was rear-ended in a car accident. Yeah. He's fine.
Who would rear-end Yeehaw Bob
I'm
Jackson?
sure it wasn't intentional. He's fine, but
nobody has more fun than him.
He's taking off a couple days, though, to be back for New Year's Eve, because I'm sure he probably has whiplash, or he's stoved up pretty good. Yeah. But I wrote Tom, and I was like, okay, don't panic.
Well, we just got done talking about Carrie Fisher, and I just mentioned Yeehaw Bob Jackson the other day about how much I like this show, and somebody we're talking to on the TotallyDizBoards.com,
but by the way, let's talk about that. Totally Diz Boards?
Totally Diz.
Tell me more.
Totally Diz, the new forums at TotallyDiz.com. We were actually, I was talking to somebody about going to Port Orleans. They were going for the first time, and they wanted to know if there's anything they should do. And I said, you absolutely positively have to check out Yeehaw Bob Jackson. And that started a conversation we had about Yeehaw Bob Jackson, and then you tell me that he was in a car accident.
But I started out by...
It's 2016. Of course he was.
Before I shared the link, I said, just so you know, he's fine.
Yeah.
He's okay, just so you know. And then I sent the link because I knew Tom would be upset.
I would be very
2016
upset.
Tried, but he escaped.
Yeehaw Bob Jackson.
It's all good.
Lives to play again.
He's fine. So, but that was going on. He'll be back New Year's Eve.
Good. I bet that would be a swell party.
Oh, and then I was looking here at my notes. Okay. I'm also going to talk about merchandise that's some cool stuff coming out. As of this holiday, I have discovered how awesome the Alex Nani bracelets are. So for Christmas, I decided I didn't think they'd fit me. But my sister, because I don't have big wrists, but I was afraid because my hands are big, so I wouldn't be able to get them on. But my sister worked in a store that sold them, so she showed me hers. And, oh man, they fit perfectly.
See, I never knew anything about. I mean, you mentioned bracelets to me before. I kept thinking they were like the Pandora charms.
No, I like those too, just for your reference. But they had some ones that were voted on by the Disney blog readers. Mm-hmm. So they have some new ones coming out. They're from the Words Are Powerful collection. One is Merida, and it says Be Forever Brave. One is Pocahontas. It says Make Your Own Path. And one is Jasmine. It says Unlock the Magic. So they have the three princesses that are new, and they're also going to be doing new park icon ones this year. Yeah. So they're going to be having some new Epcot one, Magic Kingdom one, that kind of thing. So they're going to have those out this year that are new.
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
And then
Santa brought you some.
Yeah, Santa brought me some. And then a couple other things. Disney won multiple categories in the Travel Weekly Choice Awards.
Okay.
I guess they do like awards.
I'm not sure what those are, but
I guess they do awards. It's like a travel and tourism. Mm. And they do there's a whole bunch of awards they give out. But Disney won for three things. They won on Adventures by Disney they won Best Tour Operator in the Adventure category.
Okay.
They won for Disney Cruise Lines as the Best Family Experience line. And then as the crowning jewel, they won Best Theme Park for Walt Disney World. So
the whole thing, or just one park? Because it's like...
No, I mean, Walt Disney World in general won Best Theme Park over Universal and Disneyland. So it won Best Theme Park. And if you would like to experience any of these things, like Adventures by Disney, Disney Cruise Line, or going to one of the theme parks, tell them how they can do that, Tom.
Well, you can book a trip through mickeyvacations.com. If you go to mickeyvacations.com/PNP, that will take you to our special PNP portal page, where you can get a quote, no obligation quote from our travel sponsors at Mickey Vacations, and they'll hook you up with a great trip. And PNP listeners get some extra bonus stuff. So definitely.
Yeah, you get extra stuff. And if there's any deals pop up, which I guess a whole bunch of deals are being mentioned recently. There's a bunch coming up, like it's from free dining and stuff in the summer.
They're having all kinds of stuff going on.
So all the deals are coming up. If the deal comes up that's a better package for you and will save you money, they'll hook you right up.
Absolutely.
So they'll let you know. They'll be like, oh yeah, hey, by the way, this came up and this will save you $200. So we're going to switch you to that. So yeah, make sure you go talk to them. I'm looking to see if I have anything else in my notes. I think we got it all.
See, I didn't really take any.
I'm looking. No, this is exciting. A couple things. I found a couple more things. Okay. This year at Epcot, Canada is having their 150th birthday. So at Epcot, you can go to the Canadian Pavilion, and through July 1st, 2017, you can get commemorative buttons.
Okay.
From the Canadian Pavilion, and they're while supplies last. They hopefully have enough to July. So if you go there, you can celebrate Canada's 150th birthday.
Even if you're not Canadian.
No. I mean, yes, you're not Canadian. You don't have to be Canadian.
Okay.
No, you don't. It doesn't require you to be Canadian, as far as I know. And then I'm going to say this one for last because I'm excited. So Disneyland Resort welcomed the Rose Bowl college game teams, and one of them was Penn State.
Yay!
We're from, we're not far from Penn State. We're like an hour and a half from Penn State. So it was Penn State.
Lions.
Yes, it was Penn State and the University of Southern California for the 103rd Rose Bowl game, which is going to be on Monday, which I thought was odd, because it's not, but they don't do it on Sunday.
Yeah, it's a little strange.
No, the parade's Monday. Maybe the game is still Sunday. I don't know, but it's the 103rd. Anyway, so I'm just excited because one of the teams was
Penn State.
The Nittany Lions.
Awesome.
So yay, represent.
Awesome. They have a lot of Penn State alumni in the college program down there. We always run people from Penn State.
We do, actually. We run that until people from Penn State a lot. So go Penn State. So I think that's all I have for now.
Okay. I was just thinking, we're talking about Epcot and talking about, like, I'm thinking about all the refurbishments and everything that they were mentioning and some of the rumors. And now I'm going to have to look into this, but I don't think they're doing that Guardians of the Galaxy coaster. I think they sort of pulled the plug on that. Yeah. So I don't know. I got to look into this a little bit more, but I think I read that they were not going to do it after all.
What are they going to do instead?
I don't know. And I
hope they don't leave it sit empty again. That's all we need is two pavilions in the same area sitting empty.
And I'm not sure what's going on with Ellen, because I heard originally they were going to close it in January, but
they leave it open now? I
don't know. Maybe.
Oh, and then I did find one more thing. This might affect people who stay at the All-Star resorts. There's going to be a tax hike effective January 1st. 2017, it's raising the taxes are going to be there to 7.5%. Now, the reason it's affecting those resorts is because they're a part of Osceola County, but the rest of the parks were in Orange County because of the way the county lines are divided.
Oh, gotcha.
So because of it, all the All-Star resorts are going to have their taxes raised. I think probably 0.5. I think you should do 7.5 now. So it's going to be a little more expensive if you're staying there because of the tax hike.
And that's weird because they're considered like the bargain hotels.
I know, but that's the way it was laid out. They're in a different county from the rest of the parks and the rest of the hotels. So
could be worse. Could be California. Taxes much higher out there. So.
Yes. So I think that's all I have then. I think.
Okay. Well, unless there's some other Disney news that breaks. But, I think our next podcast, now we did promise before we're going to do a Rogue One review, which we're going to do. That's probably going to be our next show.
The holidays got in the way.
Holidays got in the way.
And then we were sad about Carrie Fisher.
Yeah.
Well, I think Kyrie is going to be on it, but not Tristan. And she might mention it because she was pretty upset about it.
Yeah. So we will do the Rogue One review. And again, if you want to listen to more of our podcasts, go out to iTunes or Stitcher and subscribe, and you'll never miss an episode. And go out to piratesandprincesses.net, check out our website, and we'd love to hear from you if you want to drop us a line.
The board.
Oh, yeah, I'll mention the board. Piratespodcast@gmail.com.
Right, you better get it right, boy.
Yeah, and you can send us an email, or you can check us out on totallydiz.com.
Yes. I actually need to get on there. I'm so busy I haven't had time. But now that my busyness is slowing down, I can go on there.
Now that your busyness is
Now that my busyness is slowing down, I can go on there.
The busyness is slowing down. So we will talk to you probably after the new year. Well, we'll talk at you. We're not actually going to talk to you.
Well, you talk to people on the forum.
I do. If you want to actually talk to us. Yeah.
He apparently does answer people. So
I do. So I'm on there as
You're a real boy.
PNP Thom. I'm on there as PNP Thom. So if you want to talk to me, I'd love to hear from you.
Yeah, it's not PP Thom. It's PNP Thom.
Not PP Thom. All right. Until next time.
Bye.
Bye.